Our Nation Sports Show. Last week, news broke in the NFL before Week 12's games got underway that Daniel Jones was granted his release by the New York Giants. Tonight on the Nation Sports Show, we analyze on what teams could pick up the 6th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft as their starting quarterback for next season. Tonight, we also bring to you our recaps of Week 12's games in the National Football League. Tonight, we also bring to you our Week 13 prediction battles. And tonight, our very own HiJackerMike has a special surprise for all of you that he will reveal on tonight's episode. From all of us here on the Sports Show, we hope that you all have a happy and safe Thanksgiving, surrounded by family and friends. It's showtime.
Turn here. Turn here. Turn here. Turn here.
From the good up to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time once again. We are live. We are ready to go. You wanted the best in sports talk? Well, you've got the best. It is our Nation Sports Show. What's going on? I am Ezra Vickery. We thank you guys for joining us as always. A happy Tuesday to everybody. And of course, it's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. So we like to start off before we get into everything. All of us here at Stevenson, the intro, would like to wish everybody a happy, safe Thanksgiving and a happy holidays to all. And enjoy yourselves, engorge, enjoy some sports, enjoy whatever you're doing. Family time. I mean, it's the most important thing out of it is family time, and enjoy these moments. You know, this is a time of year where we're supposed to do that, and definitely do that. Enjoy time with the family, and enjoy the company, and just some great, awesome cooking as well. Can't forget about that. But we got a lot to get into. We got a lot to talk about. But first, the ways you can interact with us, of course, right here on the YouTube at Our Nation Sports Show. Of course, live every Tuesday, most Tuesdays, shall we say. And you can interact with us in the chat. So if you got any comments, concerns, you got your picks, whatever the case may be, hit them up in the chat. We'll read them live. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Owen_Sports Show, Facebook, Instagram.com/Our Nation Sports Show. Don't forget to follow, of course, the Nation's Corner at The Nation's Corner on YouTube and on Instagram, and Nation's Corner on Twitter and Facebook. These guys and gal, every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, as they cover all things pro wrestling. And of course, that's our second love besides sports and music, is pro wrestling. And after what happened to Full Gear, leading into now Survivor Series War Games this Saturday pay-per-view, it's going to be an amazing show. So check them out and get ready for their predictions on the men's and women's War Game matches, plus all the title matches to take place this coming Saturday as well. Also want to give a quick shout out to two events that happened this week too that don't get a lot of love, and that's Josh Barnett's Bloodsport and the Dream On event from the American Dream shopping mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey, both hosted by GCW. Two great shows. Catch them on Triller Plus if you get the opportunity, because trust me, you'll be entertained. And of course, Dream On had the surprise appearance from AEW's own Absolute Ricky Starks, so definitely check that out just for that. And also Mick Foley and Kurt Angle were on the show as well. Also, don't forget to follow my cosplay crew at Too Sweet Cosplay across socials, our wrestling-themed cosplay group from the Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana area. We're looking for one last appearance before the end of the year. If not, C2E2 next year around WrestleMania time will probably be the next big appearance. So keep an eye on our socials at Too Sweet Cosplay for more information. Now that all the plugs are out of the way, and obviously we're not getting paid for any of it. We definitely got. Hey, it is what it is. What it is. We're all broke anyways. But we got a lot to get into, and we got a hell of a crew tonight. Unfortunately, Joey's having some computer trouble, so he'll be on in just a few minutes. But we have with us, of course, my heavy metal brother from North Kakalaki himself, the only man to ever ask. Everyone asked Metallica, "Is this cover black enough?" Just to steal that from Eddie Trunk. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Big Stevie Wyand. What's going on, my brother?
Oh man, yeah, what a reference for those that are fans of Eddie's show. And speaking of Eddie's show, yesterday he had one of his legendary meltdowns going off on the Billboard Music Awards, and specifically the rock and hard rock categories. Just oof. Billboard needs to have their heads examined with the awful musical categorizations of some of these artists that were classifying as rock and hard rock. Yeah, it was terrible. The classifications of some of these artists, but his rant was epic. Anyways, folks, yes, we are here, and we are here to talk about week 12 in the NFL. And yeah, like you said, Joey's having technical issues, but that's what happens. You gotta do it live. And we're gonna do it here today, and Kevin will be joining us here in a little bit as well. And looking forward to tonight's show, and there will be a special surprise revealed tonight on the show, and looking forward to that by our very own HiJackerMike. And for those that didn't know, that's what we're doing today. There is a special surprise in the building tonight, and that will be revealed tonight. And looking forward to another great show with you guys, recapping all things NFL and NBA and all of that good stuff and in between. Let's do this.
That's right, and of course, with us today for pretty much the whole show is the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the host of Smoking in the Bay, and a man whose beard you should fear, eat your heart out, James Harden, the one, the only HJM himself, Mr. Hijacker Mike. Sir, how are you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, boys. What's going on? As you know, I do not have birds living in my beard like Hardy does.
Or his car keys, or his lunch from last Saturday, or
Yeah, he needs to trim that shit around his lips a little bit to make it look more official. But you know what? To each his own.
yeah, it looks like somebody took Don Cornelius's afro and glued it to his face. But I digress.
So tonight, before we get into our NFL picks for Week 13, I will reveal what's in this package right here. I had to open it. I wanted to do it live, but I had to open it to make sure everything is legit before I display it for everybody to see on the show. Because if something was wrong, it wouldn't have been cool. So right before we do our picks, this will be displayed and shown to the world what I have for the crew here at On Sports.
Very, very, very nice. That's going to be awesome. Can't wait for it, man. But first, we got other news to get into, and of course, let's start off with the wonderful world of the NBA. Obviously, there's some news going on. Of course, there's a lot of slated games tonight, which we'll get into in a second. But some news right here from the Sacramento Kings organization here. Right here, Mike Brown, their coach, has been fined $35,000 for actions in a game towards an official. Just as a little note there, he pursued a game official during live play. So there's
you know what's funny about that?
what?
The NFL players can go after the referees pretty much and say what they want, and it's pretty much you can get away with it. MLB, you get tossed. NBA, you get technicals. I don't get it across the board. Why do we get to yell at the referees in the NFL for 10 minutes and it's okay? They just sit there and look at you and nod their head. But NBA, you get the technical or tossed out the game, and in MLB, you pretty much get tossed. I don't get it.
little lackadaisical on the rules. To me, if you're doing it all the way across the board, across the four major sports, it should be all four major sports. If you because it's the officials are there to enforce the rules, the policies of the game. They're there.
Exactly.
They're not active competitors, so you don't pursue them because they can at will eject you, give you technicals, whether it be unsportsmanlike conduct, whatever the case may be. And to me, if you're going to do something like that, it should be all the way across the board, across the four major sports. And I know there's no governing body on all four sports per se, but if you're going to do something universal like that, everybody needs to be held accountable.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they should allow everybody to have their opinion. NBA is the only one they don't honestly give you that much. They hit you with the foul, then you're able to explain what you want after you've been hit with your foul. NFL, you don't get that. MLB, you get a quick few minutes, if that, to argue with the umpire before you get ejected, if anything happens after that. So it's just weird how across the board in these American sports associations react with their referees.
Exactly. Also too, in other news, real quick too, is the Atlanta Hawks were fined for violating the NBA's player participation policy back on November 12th, because it was the connection to Trae Young missing the team's Emirates NBA Cup game on November 12th. The fine was not disclosed on how much. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, so that's pretty interesting. They were fined. Oh yeah, the fine was this. Here it is. The fine is $100,000. They were fined for that. Let's see here. Also, good news for the New Orleans Pelicans. DeJounte Murray is expected to return tomorrow versus the Raptors. He's of course been sidelined with that left hand fracture. So he's going to be coming back. That was against, of course, the Chicago Bulls. So in that collision at the basket. And right here, good news for Phoenix. Its star trio will be back together because Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal are both expected to return tonight as they play the Lakers. Any other quick notes real quick before we move on, before we get to some of the games for tonight, obviously. Ja Morant, after an 8-game absence, the other night pulled a double-double in his return game in the Grizzlies' win over the Blazers. So there's that as well. A little something to chew on. All right. Now the games for tonight. Obviously, we got the Wizards taking on the Bulls. Here's a good one. Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Miami Heat.
Yep, that game gets underway at the bottom of the hour.
Yes, it does. They're currently in pregame right now. Also, at the top of the hour here, Houston and Minnesota. We got the San Antonio Spurs, Utah Jazz, and of course the Lakers and the Suns. All taking place tonight. Check your local listings for more information.
And speaking of the NBA real quick, last week the Celtics ended the Cavaliers' first winning streak as the lone undefeated team in the NBA when the Cavs were going into last week's game 15-0, and the Celtics survived the Cavaliers after being up as many as 21 points to hold off a Cleveland rally to win by 3.
What are you talking about, Warren?
And you knew the Celtics weren't going to lie down. You know, like they were not scared of that undefeated streak by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
No. Absolutely not. Let's see what else here. And I think that's pretty much it for the news, but we'll go ahead and move on to, I believe, Joey. Question. Any Major League Baseball news that we should be concerned with right now? Wait. What about Shohei Ohtani winning MVP?
Yep, that was announced.
That was announced
Yeah,
earlier.
Shohei Ohtani won the MVP for the National League, and I believe it was Aaron Judge that won the American League MVP.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really haven't seen anything.
Also, too, there is a there's rumors going around that Juan Soto's decision might take place before the winter meetings coming up. So
Yeah, and also Nolan Arenado is open up to trade options as of right now.
really,
Ooh,
Yes.
wow.
Whoa.
That's pretty epic.
yeah, that's big. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, like you
Here,
said.
well, here
What's up?
I'll give you guys a quick update on it. It says here he's likely to be traded and is possibly up to trading positions. As right now, he is current third baseman for the Cardinals, but he's likely possibly to move to possibly shortstop or second base, depending on where he will land in the upcoming trade that he is requesting. He will reportedly waive his no trade clause in his contract.
Yeah. Also, too, here the Phillies and the White Sox have discussed potential packages for land third baseman Crochet that include all-star third baseman Alec Baum and highly touted outfield prospect Justin Crawford. So there's that too as well to add to that little nugget. But let's get into the NFL talk real quick. Not the score predictions, of course. We're going to get into that, but man, oh man, crazy week in the world of the NFL news-wise, and let's get started with the biggest news, and that was that Daniel Jones has requested and granted his release. So now Daniel Jones is officially a free agent and is looking to sign with a playoff-bound team at any time he wants. So they said that his decision would come after this past week. So any day now we should be expecting a decision on where Daniel Jones will end up. Any of you guys got any thoughts on that, and where do you think he'll end up at?
That
Oh,
is an
sure.
interesting question. Go ahead.
Oh, sure. I got my thoughts. So, first
Go ahead.
off, Daniel Jones said he wants to play for a playoff caliber team. Well, that's interesting. Well, Mr. Jones, I have a question for you. What playoff caliber teams are going to want to sign your talentless sorry butt? Oh, I'll tell you who. Nobody. At least to be your starter. I mean, backup is more likely, maybe even third string. But if you're expected to go to a playoff caliber team with your skill set, thinking that you're going to go in and start right away, you're sadly mistaken, buddy. First off, you got to learn how to stand and run on your own 2 feet, which you still probably haven't mastered that yet, but hey, you went to the University of Duke. Who cares? Who cares about that? Second of all, yeah, there are a bunch of playoff caliber teams out there that have their quarterbacks of the future. Baltimore has Lamar. Buffalo has Josh. San Francisco has Brock. Kansas City has Patrick. LA Chargers have Justin Herbert. I mean, those teams are definite no-goes. And as far as staying in your own conference, much less your own division, I would say your best bet is going to be picked up by either Dallas or Carolina. Because
or I'll throw this little wrinkle in there. The Jets.
Oh, God.
Because there's a lot of rumors floating around that Aaron Rodgers could possibly not be back with the Jets next season.
Well,
As he
Aaron
should.
Rodgers,
That may
was on Pat
be.
McAfee's show today, and he said that's not even close.
Oh, really?
No, he said he's not leaving the Jets.
Oh, boy.
Well, to put it clear, Aaron Rodgers says that if he comes back, the Jets are his top option. But the key word there is if.
Oh, boy.
So, who knows?
But
what
yeah,
that-
but as far as I'm concerned, I think that it's really tough to say at this point. I mean, Carolina, honestly, Carolina or the Saints or
Send him to Las Vegas.
yeah, the Raiders. Let's see, the Raiders. Hell, the Jaguars at this point. The Jaguars, the
Raiders
Patriots.
the The Raiders should be fined and suspended for impersonating a football team.
Hey, look, if their record was backwards, they'd be a playoff contender.
Yeah, so says the 3-8 New York Jets.
I mean, honestly, I would think that where he'll end up is probably either the Raiders or
He,
that's
let's just say
tough.
he's going somewhere he doesn't want to go, and it's a shame. But you know what? He ain't going anywhere but where he don't want to go.
Well, as the song says by Rat, shame, shame, shame. You should have known better.
Yep.
Well, in this case, once again, and like I told Steven over the phone on Friday, this past Friday, I blame that New York Giants front office. Because I've said it before, I've said it time and time again, but the New York Giants front office don't give a flying piece of crap. They had their chance to sign the biggest offensive boom in their organization with running back Saquon Barkley. They had their chance, but they were like, "Oh no, we're gonna place our blame on the true leader of this organization, and that's our quarterback, and we're just gonna let Saquon Barkley walk." Well, now look what you've done. You're out of $130 million because you decided to release your quarterback. Oh, and that running back that you said, Saquon Barkley, he is tearing it up right now for Philadelphia. So
And arguably, Saquon
if I was
Barkley
at
is
New
the
York Giants
MVP.
front office, I would be shooting myself in the foot repeatedly for the rest of the season, knowing that you and the rest of that front office screwed up big time.
And not
Yeah.
only that, but if you think about it real quick before we throw it to Hijacker, if you look at the landscape of this regular season, Saquon Barkley right now, in my opinion, is the clear-cut runner for the MVP.
Yeah, he's having his best season with Philadelphia.
I mean, shoot, the guy had 302 yards from scrimmage, including 255 rushing yards, including both a 70 and a 72-yard run for touchdowns this past Sunday on Sunday Night Football. If that don't spell elite, I don't know what does.
I mean, when you look at the whole season that Daniel Jones has had this year and last year, after a couple of years ago of taking this Giants team to the playoffs and getting beat by Philadelphia in a blowout, or in a blowout, Daniel Jones has continuously regressed the last couple of seasons. Just
Yeah.
his output of play on the field has been largely up and down, largely due to the offensive line not protecting him. Because as we all know, you can get paid the big bucks in the National Football League, but at the end of the day, if you don't have, as a quarterback, if you don't have the offensive line protecting you, you're not going to have any time to make your reads and make your progressions.
No, you can't. You need a solid offensive line to hold your quarterback. If your quarterback is the heart of your offense, the heart of your team, you got to pay the big boys up front. You got to pay the big five up front to protect him, especially his blind side, because you don't want him taking a cheap shot and getting knocked out and knocking out any hopes you have for the future. But it's up to the Giants owner and front office squad to put a solid team on the field. If you look at a lot of NFL teams this year, a lot of them, how would you say, a lot of them want to win now. I understand everybody wants to win now, but it takes time. You got to give a coach 3 to 4 years just to get who he wants on that field, what staff is going to fit his play calling schemes in his team's organization. So you can't sit there and fire these guys after 2 years, start releasing your quarterback after 2-3 years. You got to give them time to develop.
Yeah, when it comes to the Daniel Jones situation, I agree 100%, guys. It's somewhere where he doesn't want to be, but he's going to have to be. It's No team who's got an elite quarterback right now is going to sign him unless they desperately need a backup. I mean, come on. I mean, and look at the Giants organization already, not only stemming from this, but also just announced earlier today that Tommy DeVito has a forearm injury and is not cleared or is not 100% and may not play this coming week. So already more issues with the Giants as far as the offense goes already.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the Giants, the grand scheme of things for this year, not only has this been a long, painful season for the Giants, but after getting rid of your starting quarterback that you paid a shit ton of money a couple of years ago and signed that ridiculous, max, contract, now you're having to eat that money, and now the guy that won you a couple of games, last year, DeVito, now he's questionable going into Thanksgiving against the Cowboys. And if you're the Cowboys, and we'll get to them. If you're the Cowboys, this is no excuses. You better beat a football team with a third string quarterback if DeVito doesn't even play. Because if the Cowboys lose to a Giants team without any of their starting quarterbacks that have played any games, this is just a sample size of how bad the Cowboys have been this season.
Oh, but actually, to add on to that, Steven, if these Cowboys lose to a third string quarterback from the Giants, that's going to make my team, the Commanders, look even more worse. And of course, we'll get into that in just a minute, which, by the way, I have a rant for that, so stay tuned.
Absolutely. Also, too, real quick on as we're going down the news thing, on this week's episode of Let's Go, with of course with Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and Jim Gray,
Randy's favorite quarterback.
Yep. Yeah. Also had the legend himself, the DOWG Snoop Doggy Dogg, on the show, and the video is funny because of course he's blazed out of his fucking mind, but also too he's wearing, it looks like a Burberry like a Burberry hoodie or a Burberry like snuggie or something like that. And they asked him why he wasn't at the roast of Tom Brady. He goes, "Because I'm your real friend." I gotta love Snoop.
Dang.
Snoop. Hilarious.
Yep. You gotta love Snoop.
Yes. This news broke earlier today. I shared this in the chat that former Pro Bowl linebacker Shaq Barrett is coming out of retirement and is being reinstated to play immediately. Of course, the Bucks currently hold his contractual, or not the Bucks, the Dolphins currently hold his contractual rights right as of this point. So we don't know what's going to happen after that, but it looks like he is officially on his way back.
And he's a hell of a defender himself.
Yeah, he retired back in July. Rams wide receiver Demarcus Robinson was arrested for suspicion of driving under the influence.
Oh boy. Stupid! Come on!
Yeah, before you play a game, huh?
No, actually, it was shortly after the game.
Yeah, we got to have representatives hired for these guys to watch what they do. It's your right to do what you want, but during the season, these guys have to have a stricter curfew and choke chain around their neck or something, because when you guys are going out getting drunk and then you're out in your own car, man, come on, man. Quick story, back in 2010, I believe it was right before Al Davidson passed, I was heavy in doing nightclub security with a few friends. And during the preseason, we'd always do Raider games and 49er games, and there'd probably be 20, 30 guys from each team showing up to party. Well, if you guys remember safety Michael Huff, who left the Raiders and went to Baltimore, Al gave him that big 4-year, gave him that big 4-year, $32 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
A week after he signed that contract, he comes to the club. He comes pulling up in a $100,000 Maserati.
Holy smokes.
He hands me the keys, asking me to hold on to them because that same night we had Barack Obama in town for whatever event he was here for in the hotel right next door to our club. We were in a restaurant that turned into a nightclub on Friday and Saturday nights.
Mhm.
So the street was packed with police, Secret Service, because Obama was in the building next door sleeping at the Fairmont Hotel.
Mhm.
So he's parked pretty much in the red lane. And he hands me the keys and says, hey, hop in the car because I see tow trucks up and down the street. So 2 hours into the night, they're inside still. A tow truck's coming down the street. So I hop in the car, not knowing about push button start in 2010. I'm looking, trying to figure out, okay, where the hell is the key on the key fob? Where the hell do you put the key in? And I'm looking around for 10 minutes. The tow truck gets behind me, and I finally get the car started by push button. So the tow truck goes. So I kind of back out in the street, and I see the tow truck go down, and I just pull the car forward and repark it. But that right there, when he left that night, he was toasted. But you know who he had with him? He had his agent with him, not his agent, but how do you call it when someone's like your personal assistant? I handed him the keys.
Handler.
I handed his personal assistant, his handler, the keys. He got in the car with him and the girls they left with, and they took off. Huff was drunk. He handed me a pocket full of money, which I will not disclose how much he gave me, but he handed me a wadded handful of cash and said, thanks for watching the car and thanks for not taking off with the car. Well, I'm security. I'm not going to do nothing crazy like that, but $100,000 car, dude. Sheesh. But yeah, man, he had somebody drive him from the club when they took off. So that's smart right there, and that's what these guys need to start doing.
First of all, that's an insane story. Secondly, I do agree. Here's some other news going on right now. Of course, some positive news for 49ers fans, and Brock Purdy was able to do some light throwing without issue the other day. He said he's going he rested today, and you'll see how he feels as the week goes on. So some positive strides for Brock Purdy. Hopefully they can get it back as soon as possible to hopefully get things back on track for the Santa Clara 49ers, as Hijacker likes to say here on the show.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Also too, Trevor Lawrence practiced as he was out the last 2 games with a shoulder injury. Speaking of shoulder injuries, Gardner Minshew is out for the rest of the season with a broken collarbone, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so he broke his collarbone this past week, and he's officially done for the year. Speaking of also done for the year, Eagles defensive end Brandon Graham tore his tricep versus the Rams and is done for the year as well.
So many injuries.
So many injuries.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's getting pretty getting to that point where teams are starting to be a little depleted. Here's a funny thing from LA. Lindsey Theory reported that wide receiver Puka Nakua only recently learned that the Rams played in the NFC West.
What?
Are you serious?
Wow.
I'm serious. If Adam Schefter reported it, I'm believing it.
Yeah, if it comes from Schefter, you know it's the real deal.
I am not going to question that.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Are we sure it wasn't a fake account?
No, it's at Adam Schefter, and it's verified, and it's got all the tweets.
Then we are good. Okay, well, how about that? We learn something new every day.
I would question Adam Schefter about his sports news, like I would not question Hijacker about his knowledge of cigars. Speaking of cigars, why don't we take a little break, or not break, but take a little pause here for a minute. Hijacker, give us a little update on the next episode or upcoming episode of Smoke in the Bay.
Well, I'm going to shortly, probably after the holiday season, getting back into doing full episodes of cigar reviews. As of right now, I drop anywhere from 3 to 4 mini reviews a short on cigars. And this morning I released one that I smoked over the weekend. I'm drawing a blank. Damn it. You just have to go on the channel to see which one I dropped, because I dropped so many, I forget what the hell I smoke and drop, because there's so many cigars I'm going through to try to review for people and bring out for their attention. So I have almost 300 videos on my channel. You guys can go on there, check them out, see what you like. You just go in the channel and you just start typing for a cigar and see if it pops up. Hopefully it's there. If not, let me know what you want to review or you want to hear about and toss it my way. Smoke in the Bay. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, now on Blue Sky as well. And what's Rumble.
Absolutely, man. Check that out, guys. Smoke in the Bay. Other news: Eagles have placed defensive end Bryce Huff on injured reserve. This was reported 4 days ago. So he's out. So he's done for the next 4 games. Basically done for the season at this point. Let's see here. What else? Real quick here. And that looks like, as far as major news, it looks like just outside of the few news notes that were from this past week, it's pretty much it. So let's get into the games from this past week. And obviously, very, very crazy week. Of course, let's talk about the game that I think only one person got right this week, and that would be Mr. KR Kevin Rory, the man who, and that was the Browns beating the Steelers 24-19. Wow.
That was a weird game. I mean, and not only that, but like many have said, the snow games are very fun. I mean, just like it's unpredictable. Anything can happen. And George Pickens came out, and I got to give this guy a lot of credit after the game. Normally we see in sports, teams that do the whole sportsmanship, congratulations, blah, 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 whatever. Pickens didn't do none of that shit. Like, he was like, they're an awful football team. He was calling it like he saw it, because the Browns are an awful football team. And I agree with Pickens, and even though I'm not a Steelers fan, the conditions in a way did help them in a way, because it added to the unpredictability of the game, the flow of the game, and all that type of stuff. So when you get snow involved, any team can win these games.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I mean, Jameis Winston was playing like the typical, Winston does, throw multiple interceptions and just kept on slinging. I mean, and Mike Tomlin second guessed himself and it bit him square in the ass. I mean, like, you should have, declined the penalty, to kick the field goal, and then you would have had more time.
James is thinking about crab meat. That's why.
but gotta give Winston a lot of credit, for staying in the game, and not, giving in, throwing multiple picks in the game and just kept firing, and Pittsburgh had their chances to win this game, but the questionable play calling that they had on their last series before the Browns got the ball back and engineered the game-winning drive, there were some questionable play calls. I mean, yeah, I know it's the snow, but still run the ball. You have the lead. Milk that clock. Don't try to go for the home run play. And I felt like during that final drive by Russell Wilson and company, I felt like they were trying to do a little too much to get the victory. Because when there's a lot of snow, in the ground and the wind's blowing crazy, like, it's unpredictable. Like, you got to play it safe sometimes, but still go for the first down. But don't go for the jugular.
Yeah, you want to talk about shocking wins? How about the Tennessee Titans beating the Texans 32-27?
In Houston, might I add.
In Houston. And Will Watts threw a pick six in this game. And it's funny, fellas. I said this on the sports show a few weeks ago, that it's funny in a way how the Texans are playing just like the Jags and the Titans did a couple of years ago, in the last couple of years. They had a commanding lead on their division, and they have lost a lot of games in a row predominantly. The Texans are only 2 games above 500. They're on cruise control, but they have lost 3 of their last 4 games. Or 3 of the last 5, excuse me.
Yeah, they were one of the powerhouses in the AFCs, but they're starting to slip now, man. They got to get it back together and get that winning drive back in them. and their defense has got to hold up at the end of the game.
Their defense has not been great. And to Hijacker's point, I mean, they are missing assignments, missing gaps on the back end of the defense, and receivers are finding open lanes to get through and run their routes. And the running game, they're holding that up pretty much in check at times. But the defensive front is not doing their jobs.
Exactly. If you don't get your defense in line, if you don't have that front four holding down, you don't have your linebackers holding that 5 yards off the line, and your cornerbacks, whether you play zone coverage or man-to-man, you're going to get roasted if you're not ready.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I just now thought of something.
What's that?
We've been seeing sort of a pattern over these past few weeks with how these divisional games have been going. Because, I mean, think about it. You have one team who is either at the top or is doing really well, and they always struggle with teams in their own division that have losing marks. Like, for example, we've seen it now 3 times this year. Tennessee beating Houston, Cleveland beating Pittsburgh, and Cleveland beating Baltimore. It's becoming a pattern.
I agree.
Yep. Definitely. And I want to skip over this game, but we got to talk about it. And that is, of course, Vikings beating the Bears 30-27, but whatever. Another blocked field goal again for the second week in a row. Just a rough one.
Caleb Williams, week after week, has shown good things and bad things in his rookie season this last several weeks. 1 minute, he looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and the second, he's flat on his back, with the offensive line not protecting him because, I mean, yeah, he's going to have some growing pains as a quarterback, in his first starting year, but he has shown a lot of growing pains in these last several weeks.
Yeah, there's no protection for Caleb. Caleb's getting pressured in the pocket. A lot of his plays are overthrown. And he's, like I said, he's getting too much pressure in the pocket, and he's having to scramble, leaving him open to sacks and leaving him open to picks. It's just things need to be fixed, and he, like I said, he's got glimpses of greatness. He broke a record this past week for most yards by a rookie quarterback in Bears history. So definitely that's great, but it's just we're lost again, and
yeah.
We also had another blocked field goal too. So that's 2 weeks in a row. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, you have a rookie quarterback, a high pick. What did they pick him? Was he number 1 or number 2?
He was number 1.
Okay, so you have a number 1 pick quarterback. To me, it's not your running back, it's not your wide receiver or your tight end. It's your offensive line's blind side you next need to beef up on. If you got a top dollar first pick quarterback, you need to protect his blind side. He can see the front side coming to him. He's a right-handed quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. So he's going to see the right side of his line perfectly fine. He'll be able to scramble and get away from that, but you got to blindside him, man. You got to give him a solid blind side to protect him, and then you got to have a solid blocking fullback that'll be on his left side to help pick up that blitzing linebacker or safety coming through the line to stop him from getting hit. Him having to scramble, and if you're spinning around from your front and getting slammed on your backside from not being able to see the blitz from the blind side, you're not going to be playing long, and you're going to be dumping this guy off in 3-4 years looking for the next big thing when you're in the top 5 picks of the draft in the future.
And the problem is that Caleb doesn't get a lot of time. Obviously, you want to get the ball out as fast as you can, but the problem is the pocket collapses so quickly that Caleb does not get the necessary time to look out for his receivers out, whether it's out in the flat or coming around. He doesn't see any of that because he doesn't get the time to see any of that because the pocket collapses so quick. He's either on his back or he's scrambling to get away from a defender on his heels. And that's something that needs to be corrected. And he's got great weapons. He's got Keenan Allen, who's finally healthy. He's got Cole Kmet as a tight end, who is absolutely elite. you got DJ Moore. You got assortment of weapons at your disposal. Pretty stacked offensive. I don't say so. If I say so myself, just based on the receivers, based on their wide receivers and their the running backs. But the problem is that you don't have an offensive line to protect him, so he's having a hard time trying to get set and get those guys in the right roles to get out there and be able to catch that ball when the pocket is collapsing and he's having to freaking run for his life.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's unfortunately sad. If we had a better offensive line, our defense is still great. Our defense is still what we're known for. The monsters in the midway are known for the defense, and they've every year it seems like we have a stellar defense,
Yep.
but our offense is just terrible.
Yeah, and the sad thing about that is you can have a killer defense and they'll keep you in the game. But if your offense is going 3 and out, maybe a first down, going 6 and out, that's not going to help your defense keep well rested for the third and fourth quarters when they're really needed in close games.
And absolutely, this was another close game. This was a 3-point game. It probably would have been tied maybe heading into an OT period if that field goal didn't get blocked, and that stuff and that needs to be corrected too. Why are we having 2 blocked field goals in a row? One that cost us the game at the end, and then one early in the game that eventually did catch us later on. It makes no sense. Why are they not blocking these guys from getting up there and blocking these field goal kicks? It doesn't compute to me. But
yeah, so the draft next year, as well as free agency, is a big key for the Bears. They need to get offensive linemen to help them stay on the field and drive. Like you say, you got a good wide receiver. You have a quarterback that has an opportunity to be a superstar in the league if he has an offensive line. It all comes to an offensive line. You can take a mediocre wide receiver and turn him into a superstar if the quarterback has 4 seconds in the pocket to throw, if he doesn't have to scramble and throw on the run. We need an offensive line to protect your investment. This guy is your investment out there in Chicago, so he needs to have that blindside protection.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, absolutely. Of course, where Joey takes over. Let's we say hi to Kevin here. Yo, big man, what's going on?
What up,
Hey,
Kev?
what's going on? What's up, guys? What's up?
What up, man?
Oh yeah.
We're just covering the games from last week real quick. We just talked about of course, you being the only man to pick the Browns over the Steelers. We talked about that earlier. We talked about the Titans shocking the Texans. Vikings getting the Bears again with another blocked field goal. Now we're getting ready to head into Joey for his rant with the Commanders and Dallas Cowboys. Joey, the floor is yours, my friend. Take it away.
Okay, so we're 7-2. We're on top of the world. We're on top of the NFC. Well, I'm gonna say top of the world, but we're on top of the NFC East. Philly is only half game behind us. But what have we done these last 3 weeks? Nothing. Now, I admit, playing Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, 2 elite defenses, 4 days apart, is a tough stretch. I'll give them that. But when you are back at home, when you've lost only 1 game this year by 1 point to a tough Pittsburgh Steelers defense, and you got your arch rivals coming to town, that is the time to make a statement. But we go out there and play, or actually, you know what? We didn't even play that game. We just watched the entire time. We watched Cooper Rush once again burn our secondary. We watched CeeDee Lamb catch passes all over our secondary. We watched Rico Dowdle take off past our D line into our backfield, or into our safeties and secondary, and we don't do anything about it. Jaden Daniels, I get it. You're a rookie, but you can't struggle like this and expect to still be the leader, or the so-called leader of this team. I get it. We're 7-5 now. We're barely holding on to a playoff spot right now. The only reason we are still in the playoffs right now is because we haven't had our bye yet, which is coming up, thankfully, next week. But still, and here's the funny part. I was watching some videos of what was going on in the stands. We had our fans fighting not only Dallas fans, but fighting other Washington fans. So maybe Jaden Daniels, the rest of the receivers, maybe that entire team needs to look up in the stands and take notes so that way they can learn how to fight on the field just like the fans do in the stands. I mean, come on. We're 7-5. I get it. This is still one of the best years we've had in a long time. But we don't need to just be barely holding on to a playoff spot. Like I said last week, we still have a very winnable schedule coming up. Now, I admit, we do have one tough game, but that, of course, is against Philadelphia. And that's probably our only tough game for the rest of the season. But come on, Commanders, put up more of a fight, because it just seems like no matter what kind of team we put out there, we just cannot beat Dallas. I mean, for crying out loud, what's his name? Kevontae Turpin? He muffs a kickoff at the 1 yard line. 99 yards later, he takes off and he's in the end zone. And not only that, but on the following onside kick, after Cyber once again misses an extra point, that Dallas player, whatever his name is, takes off, runs right through our kicking unit. 43 yards later, he's in the end zone.
That looked like a scene from Madden if Kevin was playing.
Exactly. That is definitely a Kevin Madden scene. I mean, that's honestly like that play that Kevin put in the chat saying how he took a snap and his offensive line stood there like statues. That's basically what it was in real life. I mean, it's...
You can't make this up. I mean, and also to add to this too, Joey, going back to that Philadelphia game a couple weeks ago, there were times I think the Commanders were trying too hard to gamble, and make these huge gamble plays to try to one up Philadelphia, but it bit them in the ass. Like, you can't be doing that.
Also, Joey, real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick. Not to try to jinx you, because I hope your Commanders do good at the end of the year, but we've seen this before. Deja vu with the Cliff Kingsbury offense. Cough, cough, Arizona. Start off like 8-0, and then they slowly go downhill. And we've seen this with a Dan Campbell coach team too. Not to jinx it and say it's going to be the same, but I'm just saying we've seen the same saga before in years past with both of those guys.
You left him speechless.
Yeah, I know what Cliff Kingsbury did this in Arizona too. He had Kyler Murray playing MVP football. They were 6-0. I think, matter of fact, I believe it was 2021.
21 when they faced Green Bay. No,
yep,
I think there were 7-0, Kev, heading into that game against Green Bay, and then Green Bay knocked them off.
Yep, and then it's like they hit a cliff and fell downhill after that. Then the Rams knocked them off, and then it's just...
And then so on and so forth.
Yep.
Ay, Basura.
Yeah, welcome to the NFL, guys.
Nice fucking life!
I guess you could call Cliff Kingsbury the Doc Rivers of the NFL. Starts out good, but doesn't know how to adjust after that. He's like sitting there with his hands in his pocket.
Starts off good and is terrible at the end. It sounds like when you eat Taco Bell at 4 a.m.
So true.
After a heavy night of drinking.
Yeah, he can go to Devontae Adams' house for Taco Bell.
So true. Oh, and by the way, I remember seeing something in our group chat yesterday saying that a certain Soma needs to apologize to all Carolina Panther fans out there. So, Kevin, why don't you go ahead and do that?
Please,
Okay,
please
first
tell me
of
you're
all,
gonna take this back.
I'm not apologizing because I think they got a good team and I underestimated them. Blah blah blah. Hoorah hoorah. I'm apologizing because you Panther fans are hurt. I'm sorry. I mean, we lost 38-10 yesterday, and it's something that the 49ers never go through in the last 4 years. So to go through that makes me sit back and have a realization like, damn, this is what the Panthers have to go through 8 to 10 times a year. God darn, I feel bad for you guys. I'm so sorry I ever picked on you because I'd hate to have to. I mean, going back to even week 1, the Saints, out of all teams, put a 50 burger on you. Oh my God, my heart hurts for Carolina Panther fans because Jesus Christ, I couldn't endure that 8 to 10 times a season. Holy cow! For the last 5 years.
Yeah. And second of all, to add to Kevin's thoughts on this, how in God's name did the Chiefs keep these kitty cats in this game? Oh wait, the Chiefs sleptwalked through the entire game.
Yep, they did.
Yeah,
I mean,
dream walking, pillow talking.
I mean, just oh man, like the defense was not focused. The Mahomes wasn't making plays a lot of the times. And then finally in the fourth quarter, Mahomes said, "Oh shit, we got a game to play." And then he said, "Screw it," and he turned on the Jets, and then they got the first down and won the game.
Yeah, they were probably still jet lag coming out of Buffalo.
Dude,
Probably.
The Panthers are
Wouldn't
more of a
surprise me.
dumpster fire than Marilyn Manson's public image.
Oof. Oof.
Ouch. Ouch.
My God, that team is dreadful. I mean, I've seen G League NBA teams that are better than they are.
Ugh.
He may have a song called Disposable Teams, but we should call them a disposable team because that's all they are.
Disposable losers instead of disposable heroes, but I digress.
Yes.
Anyways,
Yes.
like you said, the Bucks beat the Giants 30-7. Of course, whatever.
At one point, they were leading 23-0, 30-0. I'm like, just end the game, please.
Yep. The Giants have so much. The Giants are living in misery. It's like a Stephen King novel.
The Little Giants.
Lions beat the Colts 24-6.
No surprise there.
Not surprised.
The Denver Walmart rollbacks beat the forever Tom Brady owned Raiders.
Hey, and that I must say about that game though, real quick, that believe it or not, the Rookie of the Year race is getting a little tight because Bo Nix is coming.
Yeah, Bo Nix.
He is. Bo Nix is playing good.
He's playing some good ball.
And what was his little conversation they were talking about with Wilson there as they got him all bug-eyed? Even the referee came in saying something. Did you guys catch that clip?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, Nix looked like a bug. His eyes were wide, and he was spitting something to Wilson on, I think, the defensive lineman for the Raiders. And then the referee came in and it was like, no. I didn't catch that.
Could have been that, or Zach Wilson told Bo Nix, "I got your mama's phone number." I'm surprised they caught him off guard with that one. Either way.
Wilson was probably telling him, "Hey, Bo, you don't know, but I just scored." Bo Nix is thinking, "Damn it!"
Yeah, Zach Wilson's like, hey, he probably told some of the Raiders organization for the game. He's like, hey, guess what? You're Tom Brady's bitch, and I own that, and your mom is mine.
And he probably said something on the lines of, how does it feel to play 16 road games in Las Vegas?
Yeah, right. Oh, but I just happened to see this real quick. Going back to the Kansas City Chiefs for just a minute here. I just got word that somebody is going to be making their return to the Kansas City lineup this Friday when they take on the Las Vegas Raiders. And that, of course, is star running back Isaiah Pacheco.
Yes, he has been out for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah, who
And now he gets to make his
who
return.
opened Tuesday's practice today from going going all the way. So that lets you know that Kareem Hunt may still be getting some carries, but it looks like it's going to be Pacheco's team now going forward.
How's the weather going to be looking out there for that Friday game?
Looks like it's going to be sunny.
I was hoping for a snowy night, but all good.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be mostly sunny.
Yep, absolutely. Also, too, we saw an avian on avian crime as the Seahawks beat the Cardinals 16-6.
Man, that was a weird game. I mean, Kyler Murray at times made some plays, but a lot of the times he just couldn't get nothing going.
Three safeties.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
And,
Well, keep in mind,
speaking of, we got a safety in the Titans and Texans game, so
Yes, we
everything turned out all
did.
right.
So I guess
Yes,
none
we
of my
did.
8 safeties in the game I picked last week happened, right?
No.
Nope.
But we did get a safety
sadly,
this
they did
weekend,
not.
though, right? But we did
Yep.
get a safety somewhere this weekend, right?
Yes, you did.
All right. At least our dream is still alive.
And then, of course, Kevin's Niners, Packers just.
Kevin hit that score on the button. Just boom. 38
Yeah.
chance Green Bay.
I kind of knew last week Brock Purdy wasn't playing. I figured Nick Bosa wasn't playing, along with the other damn 10 to 12 starters we had down out. Part of that game that really let me down the most was the fucking missed tackles. 10 missed tackles in the first quarter by the 49ers defense. I'm sorry, but Nick Sorsen, I normally am patient. You got to go, dog. You're worse than Steve Wilkes. I thought Steve Wilkes had a pretty shitty run defense, but hell, now we got a shitty run defense and a shitty pass defense and a shitty pass rush. He's got to go. I mean, he needs a one-way ticket, not even home from Buffalo this weekend. Just keep his ass up there in the cold and freezing. Don't even let him come back. But
One way out, baby. I don't know.
I mean, I figure we wouldn't have no chance in this game because of all the starters out. But again, about the middle of the second quarter, the 49ers were able to overcome some stuff and hang a little tough in there, all because of everybody's favorite boneheaded quarterback, Jordan Love. This guy is a bonehead. The decisions he makes baffles me. Like, oh, triple coverage? Fuck it. I'm throwing it anyway. If it gets picked off, it gets picked off. There was literally, he did throw an interception that was negated to an offsides penalty, but either way, he threw about 10 to 12 interceptable balls that hit our defenders right in the damn hand. And anybody with some damn gloves on that's worth a shit would have caught them. But it just boggles my mind how dumb he plays sometimes. Like, Jordan Love got a lot of ability, but he just makes these boneheaded decisions, and it almost looks like Dallas Cowboy-ish, like Dak Prescott. It's like, what are you doing? Type of decisions. And if the Packers want to have any chance at any point going forward, he's got to fix that shit because he makes the dumbest decisions sometimes.
But yeah, the star player of the game was once again Josh Jacobs, who had not one, not two, but 3 rushing touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. And a Lambeau leap to top it off.
It is the Packers organization, Kev. I can tell you right now they're a bunch of fucking boneheads. That's why I don't like them.
Surprised you didn't say cheeseheads there.
Yeah, the Fudge Packers.
What the fudge? What the fudge?
Okay.
And you know what? Don't feel bad, Aaron. I got my get back too. You know what I tell Packer fans that try to talk shit? And I'm going to say, hey, who won when it mattered, though, in January? Oop. Certainly wasn't y'all.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie.
You win a meaningless Week 12 game and against the 49 IRs. I mean, congratulations, I guess. Well, suit yourself. Go beat the Lions.
Here's the fucked up part. I work with a retail company that's based out of Michigan. Okay, they had a new store opening up in Wisconsin, and this was a few years ago. They asked people if they wanted to go up to Wisconsin and do the grand opening. Of course, I said fuck no. Why? Because number one, I don't want to be anywhere near Green Bay because they fucking suck. I'll be tempted to wear Bears gear and probably get my ass kicked or shot.
Hey,
It'd be like me walking in front of a church wearing a Slayer shirt, okay? Which, by the way, I have done before in Tennessee. Try that; it's fun when the old lady on the porch next to you screams at you. You're going to hell. But anyways,
but I was just thinking this. So,
well,
like,
Steve, hold on real quick. The other thing, the reason why I didn't go is because 2 words: Lambo tax.
oh yeah, that's
Because
right.
everything they add an extra percentage because it pays for the renovations to Lambeau Field from many, many years ago that they're still taxing the people on. So anything you buy, milk, bread, groceries, cars, anything, they add an extra percentage called the Lambeau tax, which helps pays for the renovations to the stadium.
If you showed up to Wisconsin in Chicago, gear,
It's a
that would
bigger
be,
it's a bigger ripoff than White Sox World Series tickets.
and that would also would garner having another supermarket brawl.
Or formerly the Oakland A's. Right? Hijacker.
Oh, yep.
Oh no!
You know about that. I know about that because of what happened with your team, and then my
Yeah.
team, of course, my team take you quicker than a hoe in the middle of church on Black Friday.
Yeah. Well, at least all of baseball's payroll is higher than what John Fisher does out. Well,
This is
formerly
true.
out here.
This is
This is
true.
true.
You make 65 million in revenue sharing, and your roster payroll is lower than that. That to me, in his mind, that's winning, but that's not winning, man.
Yeah. But and then the Eagles beat the Rams 37-20.
That was an interesting game because the Rams hung in this game for a little bit, and then Philadelphia just smacked the living bejesus out of them. I mean, led by Saquon Barkley's 270+ yard TDs, one for 72, one for 70.
Yep, and got the Eagles franchise record with 255 rush yards, 300 yards from scrimmage, and also by himself that day, single-handedly out rushing the New York Giants offense by himself in yards gained. The Rams defense was dog shit. They've been dog shit. They are dog shit. They couldn't stop a cold in the desert, and Saquon Barkley basically just ran all over them, did what he wanted.
Yeah, as Max Caster once said, the quarterback couldn't spot. He couldn't even spot Kyle Kuzma's sweater. My God. But dude,
That Rams defense is more broke than a Bronny James jump shot.
So you're saying out of all the running backs the Eagles had, Ryan Westbrook, Ricky Waters, Darren Sproles, DeMarco Murray,
McCoy,
LaShawn McCoy. Out of
Yep.
all those running backs, a running back in his first year with the Eagles has the record for most rushing yards in a game.
Yep.
265.
That's insane.
It is.
With the array of talent that team has had over the past few years, So,
but just like I was always taught playing football growing up, yes, Saquon is above generational talent. He's a great running back, but you know what? A good running back directly credited to the offensive line. And if that offensive line plays good, most running backs will play good. And most running backs play good. If your name is Saquon Barkley, you're going to play generationally good. What happened the other day?
yeah, because that offensive line opens up those holes. It opens up those holes to allow the running back to be able to pierce through and gain the yardage it needs to get to the first down, or even further down the field to get them down in the red zone or field goal range or whatever. But you're right, Kev. The offensive line is the key to any running back's success because it allows them to open up those holes to allow the running back to proceed. So, but finally on Monday Night Football, We had the Ravens beat the Chargers 30-23. King Henry 24 carries for 140 yards. Ooh.
Once again, John has proven that he is superior than his brother Jim as far as coaching.
Yep.
3-0 now.
Yep.
And yeah, that was actually a pretty good game to watch for the most part. I mean, I didn't coming into the seasons, I didn't have no expectations for the Chargers, but just watching them over the course of the first half of the season, you could tell Jim Harbaugh really has got this team playing some good football. I mean, obviously the Ravens are more superior, but I want to see what this Charger team looks like next year when they got some money they can spend on talent, money they can spend on receivers, draft capital they can draft players with, and rebuild this defense up. I just want to see where it goes because Justin Herbert's probably playing the best ball of his career. I
Agreed.
mean,
Oh yeah.
Jim Harbaugh is a quarterback whisperer, and I want to say a little story that I thought was pretty funny last night. I was watching the Manning cast, and Peyton Manning shared a funny story about Jim Harbaugh on my 49ers, actually, back in 2012, saying it was right before they drafted Kaepernick. 2012, the Colts cut Peyton Manning because of the neck injury.
Yep.
They said Peyton had a workout at Duke University up there in North Carolina, and Jim Harbaugh didn't want the media to get a hold of him recruiting Peyton, so Jim Harbaugh pulls up in the parking lot in an all-black hoodie with a ski mask to try to watch Peyton Manning work out. And then Peyton was like, yeah. And Bill Belichick was on the cast. He was like, yeah, he learned it from you, Bill. How did you teach him how to wear that hoodie and walk around with your face covered the whole time? He said, because he was sitting there from the car with the walkie-talkie saying, all right, let me see you run on a scramble and throw on the run. Let me see you throw to here. Let me see you go through your reads and step up in the pocket from the
That
car.
is great.
He said, I was
That is
scared.
great.
Hefner was hiding in the tree somewhere reporting about the leaking all over the internet. Jim Harbaugh recruiting Peyton Manning. He kept that very secretive.
Wow. No, but no, I gotta give credit to Harbaugh. I think he has changed the course of this franchise a little bit more than obviously previous coaches. Brendan Staley, cough cough. Harbaugh obviously is a much better coach.
Yeah.
This team has a lot of young pieces, and just like Herbert, he's a young quarterback himself. He's been in the league since 2020, but even if this is the best record the Chargers have had, and probably I would say go on and say about 5 years. Like, just the way they're playing very good football. Now they have given up. They were the NFL's leading defense, but they did give up 27 points to Cincinnati last week in that crazy game. And then they gave up obviously 30 to Baltimore. I mean, what can you do? I mean, facing against two top quarterbacks in the NFL, and when that type of stuff can happen from time to time. And just looking at from the grand scheme of things, I think the Chargers are going to be A-okay.
Yeah.
All right, and that covers it for the games for the past week. Now before we get into the predictions,
wait, go ahead, Hijacker.
No, I just want one quick thing. Watch, as I was saying, what it takes for coaches to be able to put a team together and run with them. San Diego, LA Chargers. LA Chargers are going to show that example with Harbaugh. Harbaugh is a proven coach in the college level and the NFL level. He's going to be given the opportunity to run pretty much as long as he wants to get things right out there in Los Angeles. Just watch.
All right, it's up. All right, it's almost time for before Hijacker shows us his surprise. Just want to say that this predictions battle is sponsored by Poon's Head Acids, stomach infiltrated by the KGB, killer gas and bloating, making Poon's Head Acids. You'll be tooting with Putin.
This guy.
Hey, sounds like a plan.
This guy.
Thank you, Craig Ferguson. All right, Hijacker.
All right.
Hijacker.
All right, guys.
My friend,
all right.
It's yours.
All right, guys. Before we get into our picks this week, I want to bring something in. I know last year I didn't get in on time to start the season with the pick battle, but I want to ask you guys real quick. How and when do you pick your champion for the NFL year on the picks?
After week 18, after the regular season ends.
So basically the champion is at the end of the regular season, correct?
Correct.
That is correct.
Okay. Like I said, in this package right here, I have something or the group? You want me to just go ahead and open it up and we can discuss it?
Heck yeah.
Go ahead.
All right,
Let's do it,
let's
brother.
take a look. Now, it's not officially open today. I had to open it the other day to make sure it was done properly. But I had something made. mini
Oh,
championship
word
belt.
up.
Mini championship belt
Oh,
with our logo on it. On
That
Sports
is
Show.
fantastic.
Oh, that's
wow.
Beautiful.
So it's a little mini belt. Okay. So what I'm going to do is at the end of the season, no matter who the champion is, I'm going to mail this belt to them for the year. And whoever the champion is every year, just mail it to the person that wins the pick championship. Because as you see here on Sports Show, it's got our logo on there. NFL pick champion.
Nice.
Oh,
Beautiful.
So it's a little mini,
Wow, that's dope.
a little bit bigger than a foot-long belt. So I made this to send to the champion. What I'll do is I'll take a silver Sharpie and I'll sign my name on it, and everybody that gets it will just sign our name on it for the show. And this will be displayed for each year for the champion that picks the pick. So I just wanted to show you guys this, a little token for everybody on the show for the NFL pick champion, since NFL football is the biggest sport for the show.
That is freaking
Man, thank you so
awesome.
much.
I love that.
Amazing, sir.
Oh yeah, so
By the
There we
way,
go.
when you had that belt over your shoulder, it was like the Great Khali holding the World Heavyweight Championship back in.
yeah, or
Funny,
maybe like
fun,
a
fun,
can
funny.
of
I
beer,
would have said the Big Show.
or a can of beer in Andre the Giant's hand.
There you go.
Or the Undertaker with the undisputed WWE title in 02.
Oh God, yes.
Remember how small that belt looked?
No. Better yet, Undertaker carrying the urn.
Yes, sir.
So what I'll do is later on, I will take pictures of the belt and I will post them and I will tag everybody in it so you guys can see it fully, because I don't know how clear it was on the camera here, and you guys can retweet it out so everybody can see that we will have an NFL pick champion for the On Sports Show. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Awesome, dude. All right. Here we go. It is that time of the week, ladies and gentlemen. It is now our picks. But before we go, Mr. Joey Thornton, can you tell us who won last week?
I will indeed. We only had one winner this past week, and believe it or not, it was because that this guy correctly picked the team to win for Thursday night's game. So congratulations to Mr. Kevin Roy. He won our prediction battle last week, going 10-3. Me.
Hill froze over. The Browns ain't let me down. Shout out to you, Deshaun Watson. You need a massage over there, buddy.
But me,
Jameis Winston
Steven,
and free crab legs for everybody.
Yes.
yes. But me, Steven, and Ezra all finished tied for second, going 9-4.
Okay.
And Hijacker rounded up the field, going 8-5.
All right. And it's time to get started. We got, of course, being Thanksgiving, there are 3 games this year on Thanksgiving.
And plus, just want to point out, we have a full 16-game slate this week.
Yes, we have teams on the bye, so every team will be playing. So let's get started. Like I said, 3 games on Thanksgiving on Thursday, and we start off at 12:30 Eastern with the Bears going to Detroit to take on the Lions. Give me the Lions. Give me the Lions in this one, 31-18.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take Detroit 26-16 in this one.
Give me Detroit in this one as well. Give me the Lions 30-17.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Detroit, but because it's a divisional game on a short week, I'm gonna go close. I'm gonna go Detroit 27-21.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
I'm following the same mantra as Kevin is. Since this is a short week and it is a division game, I'm going to go Detroit, but I think it's going to be a little close. I'm going to go 24-20.
Okay. All right. Next game. America's Game of the Week as the New York Giants.
Oh, no. Don't you give us that crap. Don't you give us that crap.
I haven't done that.
Oh God.
Of course,
Yep.
I will say real quick, since this is the Giants and the Cowboys, for everybody who's going to be eating turkey around the world, which is pretty much going to be a lot of football fans, that'll be just about the perfect time for that turkey coma to kick in, which means you'll probably sleep through this game, which honestly, that would be fine.
I wouldn't even need the turkey to sleep through this game. Just watching it.
I'm already yawning, and it's not even Thursday yet.
I mean, they can make it a little interesting. Come on, Cowboys, sign Daniel Jones. I'd like to see this. I want to see it if possible. Do it.
Yes.
Tommy DeVito versus Daniel Jones.
That is if DeVito plays, because apparently he's feeling a little sore.
Who are they gonna put in next? The punter?
Actually, no. I think our third string quarterback is Tim Boyle, if I'm not mistaken.
Boy, oh boy.
That ship is so off course. The captain's name is Gilligan.
But with that being said, give me Dallas to win this game. I mean, I hate to pick again. I hate to pick my most hated team on any sort of game, but when you're as sucky as the Giants are, which, by the way, Malik Neighbors, the Giants' star rookie receiver, has done said, I'm already so tired of losing. So that might be a sign of things to come, but give me Dallas in this one. I'm gonna go 26-10.
I'm gonna go Dallas 22-18.
Oh,
There's safety in there somewhere.
Two safeties at the end to give them 22. It's 18-18.
Yeah, give me Dallas 28-10 on this one.
You know what? This is a divisional game. This is in the middle of Thanksgiving when everybody is, all tired and stuff from all that food. I think this game is going to be as odd as hell. Give me the Cowboys to win in a very crazy game. Give me the Cowboys 24-22.
Whoa! Check out that score.
Game winning safety.
Yes.
2 seconds left.
Give me Cowboys 18-13.
Oh, 6 field goals?
Yeah, it's gonna be the 13 for the Giants they're gonna have one where they get the extra point, and then they're gonna turn it into Titus O'Neil on the second one.
Oh no.
Poor Titus.
That's you remember you keep it tight, but you don't keep it tightus. Because if you keep it tightus, you lose games. That means you score these points and you don't score anything for the rest of the game. Do not keep it tightus. That's off the cuff. Thank you, Kofi.
Okay, moving on to the Thursday night game, which actually might be a little interesting.
Yes, it is. Oh, did everybody get their scores for the?
Yeah, we did. I just thought about it. Yeah, we did.
All right, the Finns heading up north to Lambeau to take on the Pack.
Oh dear.
This is a tricky one.
Yeah, this is kind of a tricky one, but I'm gonna give the edge to Green Bay mainly because Miami does not like, especially Tua, does not like playing in cold weather. So, seeing as how this is going to be a Thursday night game in November, it's going to be cold. So, that means I'm going to give the advantage to Green Bay. So, give me the Packers to win this one. I'm going to go, you know what? I'll go 26-13.
Yeah, Joey, and to add to your what you're talking about, they're calling for snow on Thursday on Thanksgiving. 31 degrees is the high, and the low was 23 degrees. So with that being said, give me the Packers to blow the brakes off the Dolphins because Tua can't play in the cold weather. Tua turned the ball over, will rear its ugly head. Give me Green Bay 35-14.
Woo!
I don't think
Yeah.
Tua and his head need to be in the same conversation anymore.
Well,
No.
I'm gonna take the Packers. Obviously, there's one thing to kill speed in the NFL, and it's the weather. Obviously, so Tyreek Hill, that speed's gonna go straight to crap when he gets in the cold. Give me the Packers. I think it'll be a little closer. I'm gonna go 28-20 only because of Jordan Love's weekly boneheaded interception turns to a pick six.
Or in this
Boneheaded
case, what if the defender is running down the field? I got it. Pick six. Ah, shit. And he slips in the snow.
Might happen.
Give me
Yeah.
as much as I hate it and it makes my skin crawl, give me Green Bay. Give it to me 28-21. Yeah, you're right about the cold. It might be even colder than that, Steve, because I know by Thursday night it could drop anywhere from 20 degrees down to anywhere to 15.
Oh.
Because I know in our neck of the woods by Friday it's supposed to be 20 degrees with lows in the teens.
Yikes. Oof.
Yeah.
So
And Tua always struggles in that cold weather.
all right, guys.
I have Green Bay winning this one by 24-23, but that was before I knew the weather was going to be a factor. So I'm still sticking with that score, but somewhere I think it's going to be a little different. Green Bay's on this one.
Yeah. All right, next game is a special Black Friday game on Prime Video, and it is one of the biggest ass whoopings of this year that's going to take place. As Steven would say, ass kicking alert. The Raiders heading to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think the
I
Chiefs are going
wouldn't
to
be
do.
too sure about that statement because keep in mind, look what happened the last time these two teams played on a holiday weekend, might I add. The Raiders actually surprised everyone by beating the Chiefs.
That is a good point.
They were the last team to beat the Chiefs before the Bills eventually did 2 weeks ago. So.
Yeah, but seeing as how the Chiefs, who were supposed to go into Carolina and just wipe the floor with these pussycats, they struggled to a 3-point win. So, I mean, keep in mind, I'm going to go with Kansas City here, but I think the game's going to be a lot closer than what what everybody thinks it's going to be. So, with that being said, give me the Chiefs on a game-winning touchdown run by Isaiah Pacheco, 28-24.
You know what? I'm actually going to go even closer than that. I think the Chiefs' defense, they really suck at defending tight ends. And one thing we know about the Raiders is no matter how shitty their team is, Brock Bowers is a beast. So I think
Bowers is a beast.
Brock Bowers is going to have a monster 150-yard game. And I think the Chiefs went on a game-winning field goal, 25-24.
Whoa. Okay.
Super close.
Nah, I have a blowout here, man. I have a blowout. 41-16 Kansas City.
Good
Swift's
God.
Swift's in the house to support Kelsey, so it's going to happen.
Give me the Chiefs to beat the Raiders. Give me Kansas City 31-17.
Okay.
Give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs in this one. 27-23.
All right, now we're moving on to Sunday's games.
Absolutely, yep. And it starts off with the Chargers heading to the ATL to take on the Dirty Birds, the Falcons.
I'm gonna go and start this one off. The Chargers, they put up one hell of a fight last night against Baltimore on their home field, and Atlanta is still showing signs of struggling because Kirk Cousins doesn't know how to get certain players, Pitts, involved in the passing game. So give me the Chargers in this one. I'm gonna go 27-14.
And Joey, I'm not sure if you said pits or idiots, but yeah, either way. But either way, no. I'm going to go with my gut. I want to say the Chargers are the better team, but Atlanta coming off a bye, I think at 1 o'clock, Kirk Cousins specialty time in the ACL. I'm going to go with Atlanta on a game-winning field goal, 27-24.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the Chargers winning this one, rebounding from last night, 21-17 over ATL.
Yeah, give me the Chargers in this one. I think it'll be a close game. Give me LA 27-23.
Give me. Yeah, go ahead and give me LA in this one. Yeah, give me LA a score of 28-24.
Whoa. We got us a division game here. If Ezra's looking at the same game I am.
I am. Yep, and it is a good one too. It's the Steelers looking to bounce back as they stay in Ohio to take on the Bengals.
Oh,
Oh man.
oh man.
This
Ooh.
game is actually kind of tricky.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start it with you guys, man. I have Pittsburgh edging Cincinnati 21-19.
You know, I don't feel happy about it, but I think, my honest opinion, I think this is going to be Pittsburgh's game opportunity to bounce back. Because now that Baltimore won and Pittsburgh lost this past week, Baltimore is once again making the AFC North an interesting race.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, give me the Steelers. I mean, I don't feel bad. I don't feel happy about it. But give me the Steelers. I'm gonna go 23-21.
I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go with a higher affair. I think the Steelers bounce back. Obviously, I don't think they're gonna lose 2 straight. But we've seen this Cincinnati defense. It looks like Luka Doncic out there trying to defend somebody in basketball. There's no defense about him. So I think Russell Wilson's going to have one of his throwback Seattle games, and I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair, just like the Baltimore Cincinnati game. I'm going to go with the Steelers 34-31.
Oh,
Okay.
give me Pittsburgh as well. I'm not going to go that high scoring of a game, but give me Pittsburgh as well. Give me Pittsburgh 24-21.
Yeah, give me Pittsburgh in this one. Give me Pittsburgh 23-21, 2-point game.
Okay.
All right, next one is the Houston Texans going to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars.
If Houston loses this game, they might as well go ahead and everybody might as well go and stick a fork in CJ Stroud and this Houston Texans team because they'll be done like steaks on a grill. Give me the Texans to win. Give me the Texans to win in a blowout, 28-6.
Jacksonville's having issues keeping momentum and keeping their fan base engaged. I mean, just ask AEW. Houston wins this one. Yes, it did just pull a Dave LaGreca passive aggressive. Hijacker knows better than anybody about that. Give me Houston in this one. Give me Houston this one 31-13.
Give me Houston as well in a blowout, 34-14.
Yeah, I'll take Houston 17-13 over Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning into what Hijacker's saying because I think, man, my heart says the Texans should win, but the Texans always have this stinker against Jacksonville every season. I'm gonna go toward the Texans though. Give me the Texans 20-14.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Next game. is the Cards going to Minnesota take on the Vikings.
Now this game is going to be
Wow,
tricky.
this is going to be a crazy game.
This game is going to be
Again, this
tricky.
is another warm team, though, going into a cold environment because around that time, temperatures could be in the 20s if that's the case.
Actually, to correct you, both of these teams do play in a dome.
Yeah, I was about to say
I mean,
Minnesota.
temperature controlled environment. Yeah.
They used to play outside during when was it when Seattle had that missed extra point against Minnesota that year?
Uh-huh.
2012,
Yep.
2013. Yeah, that was
Yep.
total shit then. So
Yeah.
that's why they made that dome.
You know, I'm going to go with the Vikings because the Cardinals, they've looked kind of lackluster these past couple weeks because apparently Kyler Murray has gone back to playing Call of Duty some more in the locker rooms, which has taken his focus off the game itself. So give me the Vikings to win this one. I'm going to go, you know what, 21-18.
Ooh, yeah, give me Minnesota as well. I just think they're the overall better team. Give me Minnesota 24-17.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna take Minnesota as well. I believe Brian Flores has done a phenomenal job with his defense, and I believe that he's gonna have his defense all over Kyler Murray's like babies on or diapers on a baby's ass. I'm gonna take Minnesota 23-14.
Yeah, I got Minnesota 30-17, maybe 15 safeties, but nah, 37.
Kyler running like a toddler out the back of the end zone.
I object. Yeah, give me the Vikings in this one. Give me the Vikings in this one 30-10.
Ooh, outright.
Yeah. I think Kyler Murray's hands are gonna be sore from holding that controller too long. All right,
Maybe
next game.
maybe we can get him on an episode of Up Up Down Down.
I was just thinking
There
that.
you go.
There you go. Yeah. Have him play Kofi and Madden and Kofi whoop his ass. And talk trash to him the whole time.
Or better yet,
Mr.
better yet,
24/7.
just have Kevin play a game of Madden against these guys.
Yeah, because Madden's got this glitch out now where you can put all the defensive linemen at corners and safeties. I'm gonna do that.
Oh, dear God.
Oh,
Have a
Lord.
pick six at
I
safety.
can see it now. TJ Watt being a strong safety.
Yep, and Highsmith as the cornerback. A good tandem right there, buddy.
Better yet, no. Better yet. If you're looking at old players from old franchises, how about putting Vince Wilfork back there at free safety?
Kevin actually did that on Madden 12 years ago.
He clogged up the whole middle. There wasn't no center field open. That's a lot of body to get behind.
I can imagine Kevin playing Madden, Kevin versus Mr. 24/7, aka Mr. Gotcho, as a what? Got your ass, baby!
Better yet. Oh, and also don't forget put Ezekiel Elliott in there at center.
Oh, dear God, no.
Perfect way to get things rolling.
That works.
All right, next game, guys, is the Colts taking on the Patriots.
Oh.
Give me the Colts on. Actually, you know what? I'm calling it right here. Colts on the game-winning safety, 16-14.
Shit.
Seen it all.
Very similar scores, 17-14 Colts.
Same score, 17-14 Colts.
Yeah, I got Indy 23-16.
Sorry, Joey. I'm gonna take a page out of your Commanders this week. I think the Colts win 14-13 with the Patriots get a blocked extra point. They missed the extra point.
Oh.
Lose 14-13.
Titus, you're keeping it Titus. Seahawks Seahawks go to New York to take on the JTS Jets. We suck.
Give me Seattle to beat the piss out of this team, 28-14.
31-7. Fucking Seattle over the Jets. Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers gets picked twice.
yeah. 29 Seattle.
20-9.
Oh man.
I kind of hate to say this, seeing as how you guys all deliver blowouts, but I'm actually gonna go a little close on this one. I am gonna pick Seattle, but I'm gonna go Seattle over the Jets, 21-16.
You know what? I'm gonna go close, but I'm gonna go against the grain. I think the Jets are gonna squeeze out their weekly upset, and the Seattle Seahawks are gonna lay an egg on the East Coast. I mean, gonna be cold. I'm gonna go the Jets. I think Aaron Rodgers has one decent drive left in him. Give me the Jets in this one, 24-21.
Okay.
All right, next game.
Oh God, this one.
It is the Titans taking on Joey's Commanders.
Everybody
Joey?
else go, because I got to think about this one.
Joey, I'm going to go with your Commanders, believe it or not. I think your Commanders are going to bounce back. But it's going to be close. It's going to be 21-17.
Yeah, give me the Commanders in a close one. It's gonna be an out there kind of game. Give me Washington in this one over Tennessee, 20-16.
Yeah, I'll go the same way with you guys. It's going to be a close one. No safeties though. 16-14.
I'm gonna go the same result, but I'm gonna go in a outright. Give me Washington 29-19.
Damn.
Nice.
Well, my boys have let me down 3 weeks in a row. Hopefully it's not going to be 4, so I'm going to give my boys one last chance to actually prove something. And again, this is going to be the last chance. I think that with their much needed bye coming up next week, I think my boys need to win this one and go into their bye week on a high note. So give me my Commanders. I'm going to go Commanders on a game-winning field goal, not from Seibert, who's on the IR, but from Zane Gonzalez, who's actually done a pretty decent job in the 2 games that Seibert had to miss because of his injury. But give me my Commanders on a game-winning field goal, 23-20.
All right.
And Joseph, I see a new safety in your future by the name of Daniel Jones.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah, starting free safety.
Nope.
You got your free safety now.
No, he's saying Daniel Jones is going to score a safety somehow.
Oh no, I'm talking about he playing safety. Remember his last days as a Giant, he was the scout safety on the team.
It was like when they turned Tim Tebow a wide receiver
to tight end.
Jesus,
yeah, exactly. Tampa Bay taking on the Panthers.
Oh boy.
Give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks. I mean, I'm not sure what this Panthers team is going to do, seeing as how they literally took Patrick Mahomes to the freaking limit. And again, I still don't see how that even happened. But give me the Bucks, who are coming off a dominant win against a piss-poor team, facing another piss-poor team. Give me the Bucks. I'm going to go 26-10.
Hijacker, I'm going to make you proud right now. My score, so it's going to be 28-11. 3 field goals and a safety.
Oh, man. Well, I have Carolina winning this one in an edge, 21-20. They've been playing well.
Whoa!
They've been playing well lately, so I think it's time to let them get another W on their plate.
Wow. Upset special for Hijacker. Oh,
I'm speechless. But no, no.
When does that happen?
In all serious, I get why Hijacker's coming from. The Panthers have been playing better, but I can never pick them damn dumb motherfuckers. So give me Tampa Bay. Don't let me down, Baker. You've been doing good all year. Give me Tampa Bay 28-24.
you know what? Same score as me. Tampa 28, Carolina 24.
All right.
It's a divisional game. It's going to be close.
Yeah. All right. Next game is the Rams going to New Orleans to take on the Saints.
Mm.
Ha 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 ha. Give me the Rams. The Rams, to me, they just have too much talent on the offensive side of the ball. And yes, their defense is lackluster, but seeing as how what we've seen out of New Orleans these past several weeks, their defense is also lackluster at best. I think it's going to be close, though, but give me the Rams. You know what? I'm feeling kind of odd with this one. Give me the Rams 29-25.
Oh,
Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams 24-23 game-winning field goal.
Yeah, I'm good.
Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead, man.
Okay. I'm gonna pick the Rams. I think Stafford don't have it like he used to, but I think he's got enough. It's gonna be a low scoring game. Give me the Rams 20-17.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my former boy Derek Carr, because I do like that amazing stat he has. He was the Raiders quarterback when Dennis Allen was fired, and he was New Orleans quarterback when Dennis Allen was fired a couple of weeks ago. So New Orleans 17-16.
give me the Rams in a high-scoring game in the Big Easy. Give me the Rams 30-27.
All right. Whoa. Now this game coming up is going to be the game of the week.
Absolutely. It is the Eagles taking on the Ravens.
Damn.
In Baltimore. In Baltimore.
I'll start this one out.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be a heavyweight fight between two offensive player of the year running backs. I'm gonna give the edge to Baltimore though for the home field advantage and the divisional purposes. I'm gonna give the edge to Baltimore. Baltimore on a game-winning field goal, 24-21.
I'm going the same result, but not the same score. Give me the Ravens on a game-winning field goal, 30-28.
Yeah, I'm gonna go backwards with you guys so far. Give me Philly on the road, 31-26.
Oh,
Very similar
game-
score. Very similar score, Hijacker. A little closer. 31-28.
Eagles.
Ravens.
This game honestly should be
he's picking. Ezra's picking the.
I know, but I'm
Ravens.
saying it's a similar score, but I'm
a
picking the
similar
opposite
score.
team.
Okay. No, I think this game needs to be moved to Sunday night, man. But oh well, do it.
Give me Baltimore on a game-winning Derrick Henry touchdown run of 40 yards. Give me Baltimore to edge out Philadelphia 28-27.
Whoa, okay. And Ezra, you did say the Ravens, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yep, you're good. All right. Sunday night football. The Santa Clara Niners taking on the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo.
Give me Buffalo outright to beat San Francisco, or as we're calling it geographically, Santa Clara. Give me Buffalo to beat the Niners 38-14.
I'm going to go a little bit closer, but not by much. I'm going to go with Buffalo in this one. You know what? I'll go 31-20.
Yeah, I got a close game as well. I think the 49ers come back, but it's not good enough. 28-24 Buffalo.
Yeah, I got the same kind of thinking as you, Hijacker. I think the 49ers play a lot better this week. Brock Purdy gonna be back. Trent Williams and Nick Bosa both should be back. But the reason why I'm gonna go Buffalo is it's supposed to be 2 to 3 foot of snow, and it's supposed to be 20 degrees and snow all day Sunday. So I think Buffalo don't score as much. And it ain't because of the 49ers defense, it's because of the weather factor. Give me Buffalo with a close one, 21-18.
You know what? I'm changing my score since I didn't know the weather. Give me Buffalo. Same result, winning the game. Give me Buffalo in a tight one. Give me Buffalo 24-20.
Nasty weather.
Give me Buffalo in this one. Give me Buffalo in this one. Like you said, it's going to be a tighter game because of the returns of Brock Purdy and the possible returns of Trent Williams and Nick Bosa. Give me this one 26-23.
All right. Last game.
Last game, Monday Night Football. Cleveland Browns versus the Denver Broncos at Mile High.
Dear God. I'll start this one off. Give me the damn Walmart donkeys to outright beat the shit out the Browns because it's not divisional. Give me the Broncos to win this one, 28-10.
Oh, similar score. Give me the Broncos 28-13.
Yeah, close game. Denver 21, Cleveland 20.
Shit.
20.
Give me the Broncos, and actually a pretty odd score here. Give me the Broncos 25-21.
Ha! Now that is definitely odd.
Give me the Broncos in this one, or the Broncos are going to deliver a Cyber Monday special to the Cleveland Browns, especially since they're owned by Walmart. Give me that Denver 26-18.
But then afterwards, if Denver wins, the whole Walton family puts all their TVs on sale. Let's say 20% off.
Well, I guess it's safe to say that Jameis Winston won't be ordering another dub on Amazon for Cyber Monday. It ain't reached his back door. It got shipped to the wrong address.
We are sorry, but your package has not gotten to the correct destination.
Maybe he gets some free crab legs instead.
Talk about reaching his back door when he goes to the massage parlor. He probably used to reach around.
Well, that would be Deshaun.
Deshaun. Well, with Deshaun, he tries to get the forehand special, but the only problem is Masseuse's got two hands.
Right.
We are sorry, but your package has been canceled.
It's a rub and tug. What are you gonna do?
HiJacker, did you say the Broncos?
He did. He said 20. He said 21-20.
21-20 Broncos, and
Gotcha.
we'll have a price drop after the game.
Are you talking about on TVs or tickets? Because Lord knows this game ain't gonna be sold that well.
It'll still be more attended than AEW.
Oh.
Oh.
And I thought I was throwing shade at my passive aggressive LaGreca impression. Love you, Dave. By the way, before anybody gets off, want to say good luck to Dave and Bully tonight. They're doing their special at the Gramercy Theater.
Yes.
Packed house tonight. King Josh V. Many other special guests. Some of our own is going to be there, including Mongrovi and Mike. And I believe John in South Jersey is going to be there as well.
And Money Mark coming down from Florida.
Yeah, Money Mark coming up from Florida to see us. So all of us here want to wish David Bully the best of luck. Break a leg, knock him dead, all that shit. Have a great show and kick ass, guys.
Oh yeah. And I gotta jump, guys. I gotta get ready to go start the shift here at the lounge.
Great job, dude.
Appreciate you guys
awesome
for
job,
allowing me to
HiJacker.
join with you.
All right.
I know it's not much I get a whole chance to get on the full show, but appreciate y'all letting me jump on. And like I said, you guys know where to find me. Cigars, Smoking the Bay, personally, HiJackerMike, or Mr. Mac on Twitter, Instagram, and all social media. Boys, appreciate it. Like I said, I hope you guys like seeing the belt. I debuted tonight for the champion for the NFL pick season.
Yeah.
So whoever wins, I will ship that belt to them directly, and we'll go from there. Appreciate it, guys. You guys have a good rest of the show, and I'll catch up with you next week.
Yep.
All right, Hijacker, and have a
Enjoy
great
it,
happy
my friend.
Thanksgiving, bro.
Yes, sir.
Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Thanksgiving.
Same to you guys. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.
All right, Hijacker,
All right.
peace out, man.
Peace.
Bye.
Yes, and absolutely. Before everybody logs off, we want to wish everybody out there once again a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time with your loved ones. Enjoy the time with the sports. Whatever you're doing, eating, hanging out, going to a party, whatever you're doing, do it safely, do it responsibly, and enjoy the time with friends and family. And this is the time for it. So please make the most of it. And we all here hope you do so just as much as I'm sure we will. So I want to say that. I know Kevin, you probably got to roll yourself. So
Yeah, I'm about to pop off of here.
all right, my man. Thank you for joining.
Great job, dude.
See y'all next week, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes, happy
Yeah,
Thanksgiving,
brother.
bro.
Peace.
Later. All right, let's finish this show out strong, ladies and gentlemen, and let's do our final thoughts. Joey, you know the drill.
Yes, I do. Great job with you guys. Hate that I couldn't be on right when the show began, but that's because I was doing a little bit of work with my laptop, which I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need a lot of luck for that because I need to find some tiny screws, and I don't even know where I'm gonna find them. But regardless, it was great having the full pack on the show once again. Just looking forward to another week of football, and also just looking forward for this is, of course, the Thanksgiving holiday. So me personally, to everybody out there, I want to wish you guys a very happy Thanksgiving. And for Richmond Raider fans, which was mine and Stevens High School, y'all got another reason to go out and celebrate because we're going to the third round, baby.
Yep, went to the third round.
But we got a tough opponent on our hands as Wake Forest Roseville comes to Raider Stadium on Friday night. Check your local listings. If you're going to be in town for that, make sure to go check it out. But as always, Mike Sneed along with Lee Roberts over on the G104 page will be streaming the game via radio broadcast to all Facebook people out there. So if you can't be in town for the game, make sure you tune in to see what the Raiders can do. But as always, I love being on the show with you guys. Love talking about sports and football from week in and week out. And again, I hope you both have a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy this time with friends and family. And we'll see what this weekend brings us as far as football is concerned. So, peace out, baby. Ezra, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry about that. I was reading something real quick on here too. But definitely it's awesome, Joey. Steven, you know the drill, my brother.
Yes, I do. Great job with you guys. I hope everybody has a wonderful and happy and safe Thanksgiving this week with your family and your friends on Thursday, eating some good food, and most importantly, sharing and making some great memories with family and friends surrounding you, the people that you love, that you support, that you care to be around in your lives. And if you're going out this weekend to the football games or music gigs, around the local scene, enjoy yourselves, have fun. Don't do anything stupid. Keep yourself in check. And also, we're going to be enjoying not just a Raider game on Friday, but WWE Survivor Series is this Saturday in Vancouver, British Columbia. It is going to be an incredible event, highlighted by both War Games matches. Looking forward to that as well. And also, shout outs to Front Row in the John and South Jersey. They're going to be heading down to Winston-Salem this weekend for WrestleCade. And I hope everybody has a great time this weekend down there in Winston-Salem. If you're headed down there to the TNA event, to the Super Show, highlighted by one of the best matches on the card, you got Speedball Mike Bailey and Shelton Benjamin. That's going to be incredible. Also as well, Matt and Jeff Hardy's doing an event down there as well. The APA's doing an event down there. It's really cool what's happening. Some of the meet and greets you'll see are the Dudleys, the Hardys. I mean, I can't name them all. It's a lot of wrestlers, but it's a lot of fun. And I did this 3 years ago. It's a lot of fun, but I won't be attending But hopefully everybody has a great time this weekend in Winston-Salem for the TNA event, the GCW event. I think they're doing one. I think I could be wrong, but I know there's a TNA one. I know there's a Super Show, and I know on Sunday is the Ladies' Night Out that's taking place. And one of the matches on card that looks really great, and I know it's going to be a banger, is Jordan Grace versus
Masha.
Masha. Thank you. Oh, that's going to be a great match. That's going to
Yes,
be
and let's not forget also taking place throughout Wrestle K, which I unfortunately am not going to be able to attend. But another great match is going to be, of course, TNA's Joe Hendry going one-on-one with Raj DC, otherwise known as former WWE wrestler Jinder Mahal.
Yep. So again, everybody out there, hope you have a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving. And it's hard to believe that the holidays are already here. Before you know it, Christmas will be here, 2024 will be over, and 2025 will be ringing in a brand spanking new year. Just what a time to be alive, what a time to be a sports fan, what a time to be a wrestling fan. I mean, it is just crazy, 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 crazy. Like this year has gone by so fast, and I am so thankful to have you guys as friends, and more thankful to also to have you guys on this show, because doing this show every single week, it is a lot of fun. We get to do what we love to do, shoot the shit about sports, maybe sprinkle in a little bit of music, a little bit of wrestling talk. We love doing what we do, and we're going to keep doing this. And knowing to everybody out there, hope you all have a very happy Thanksgiving. The Nation's Corner crew, on behalf of them and us, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving this week. Enjoy the football, enjoy the wrestling. We will be back next week on the sports show to recap week 13 and preview week 14. And before we go, you can follow us on Twitter at Owen_Sports Show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show, and where we are live on most Tuesdays at YouTube.com/Nation Sports Show, where we are live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific in the Nation's Corner. I do believe they are not doing a show this week, or if they are, it's going to be pre-taped, but I'm pretty sure they're not doing the show this week. But they are mostly live on Saturdays. But since Survivor Series is taking place at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, I believe the Nation's Corner will be taking a well-deserved day off, or week off. And they are mostly live on Saturdays at youtube.com/Nation's Corner at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. You can also follow them on Nation's Corner at Twitter at Nation's Corner and Facebook at Nation's Corner as well. And with that being said, as I wrap this up, my friend.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the show now or on demand. We appreciate your support as always. Thank you to Hijacker for the awesome little thing with the title belt. That's awesome. It's going to be great for the prediction battle, and it looks amazing. Also, too, definitely want to send our best again to Evil Ed Robinson, who made his first appearance on Busted Open since his departure a few years ago. He seems to be good spirits, and Ed, all of us here in the nation, whether it's sports, Nation's Corner, Busted Open Nation, pull it for you, brother. All the best on that scan this next week, and hopefully soon you'll be in remission, and hopefully we'll hear your voice on the airways somewhere again soon. But also too, definitely, if you guys did not get a chance, please check out all 3 GCW events from this past week. Gateway of Death, Bloodsport, which was an absolute banger, featuring the main event of MVP and Josh Barnett, as well as the debuts of Carmen Petrovic and Miles Bourne from NXT, as well as Charlie Dempsey taking on Tracy Williams, who took over for the injured Akira, who was supposed to be on that show. And many other great matches. And of course, the show from the American Dream in the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey, called Dream On, which featured appearances from Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, Little Guido in action against Ricky Morton, and also a surprise appearance from Absolute Ricky Starks as well. Check that all out. These are, of course, Survivor Series this weekend. 2 epic War Games matches, including the OG Bloodline versus the New Bloodline. The women's one is going to be off the hook. Multiple title matches. Priest versus Gunther. Bailey taking over for the injured Jay Cargill. All this and more. Just crazy weekend coming up with wrestling. So check it out. And we're heading into the Thanksgiving holiday. So from everybody here at Sports Show, once again, for Kevin Rory, for Stevie Wyand, for Randy Geyer, for HiJackerMike, For everybody else on the show and in our sports nation, I am Mr. Vickery. We will see you all next week for another great edition of our nation's sports show. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend and have a happy and safe Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and the rest of the weekend. Enjoy it. Enjoy the sports, and we will see you next week. Same time, same YouTube channel. Peace out, everybody.
Turn me up.